I have a question.
All right.
So, what was the worst thing you have ever seen a student do in a classroom?
So does it count if I was the one that did the thing?
Yeah, yeah, why not? Yeah, sure.
So this stands out to me on a number of levels, but the biggest level is there was probably something worse, but this is the thing that stands out to me because I was in a classroom and for whatever reason, they thought it was a good idea to let me and my friends sit together. And me and my friends were tight, dude. Like we would hang out before school if we could, during school, after school, and we were just tight, dude. And I remember the day because it was well, not the exact day, but I remember the time because it was right after The Dark Knight released. And this lady, really sweet lady, I've said before, I'm from a small town. This lady knows my family. We grew up basically in the same neighborhood. She lives a little bit away from us. Really good friends with my mom. Really good teacher, really down to earth. Amazing.
Hmm.
She she actually is one of the teachers that tries. Like she wants you to succeed as a teacher. And here I am as this stupid kid that doesn't care about anything. Well, we were all talking about in the back of the classroom, we were all talking about The Dark Knight, specifically the scene, and you'll know it. Everyone knows the scene. And I'm quoting the movie, and I'm like, "Oh, guys, what'd you think of the part where the Joker's like, and I'm gonna make this pencil disappear," and then he slams the guy's head on the table, and I know that was loud when I did that, but I did that in the middle of the lecture, in the middle of the class, and it went dead silent because I forgot. I was so excited about the movie, I forgot where I was. And I just remember everyone in the classroom turned and everybody looked and it got so silent. And I was just like, oh no. And she just starts screaming. And I don't blame her at this point. Like I would have done the same thing, but at the time I was like, whatever, I'm just a dumb kid and I was just hanging out with my friends. Well, it wasn't bad until she got home. She had said something to her daughter, and her daughter, it got back to my mom. And my mom literally has never been more upset with me in my entire life because this is such a good lady. She tries so hard, like salt of the earth person.
Hmm.
And I just remember feeling like so crappy because I didn't know it affected her so much that she went home and her daughter, according to her daughter, she was in tears. She's just like, I just don't know how to get through to these kids. Like it's so important for them to learn and they don't care and they're just so disruptive and so yeah, I was grounded for quite a while for that one, but
Why
like
would
I
you
said,
do that
probably
to her,
something
Cal?
worse. I am the worst. Probably something worse than that, but that's what sticks out to me because I had never imagined something happening in the classroom having such an effect on a teacher. So yeah, that's mine.
Wow,
And
I must say I must have gone to way more raunchier schools than you. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Well,
I've said this, and I'm from a small community, and not much happened. So
okay. Well, I have a story tied to this one too. So,
all right,
let's see. It was yet again middle school. Uh, and yet again, some of the worst years of my school career, if you want to call it that. Um, and this time in history class was one of the grossest things I have ever witnessed someone do. Ever. So, just to kind of lay it out, literally, we have like single person desks, and it's there's maybe like 20 or 30 of them all lined up in a grid, and I'm on like the far left. I'm on the far left, and I'm kind of in the middle, like this second or third row up, and there's like a girl in front of me, someone in front of her, and then like two rows in the front row, in the middle, there's this guy, and this guy was he was like he was like sitting there, kind of like twitching in his chair, and kind of like moving around in a strange way. And then I go up to get like I like go to the bathroom or something, and I'm like walking by him to see what he's doing. I'm trying not to burst out laughing. He's like he has his like hand down his pants, and he's he's going at it vigorously. And I go back to my seat and I tap on the girl's shoulder and I'm like, "Yo, look over there, look over there." And she's like, "Oh, why did you show me that?" Oh. But kind of quietly so that the kid doesn't hear it. And then I go to the back and like the back middle row, like kind of a few seats behind the kid that's in the front row. I tell this other kid, I'm like, "Hey, is it just me or is he doing what I think he is?" And he leans over. Oh, dude, he is. So I I go back to my seat. I'm just thinking, please stop. Please stop. I don't want to tell on you. Please stop. A few more minutes go by. He's still doing his thing. And then I go to the back of the class to the teacher. And I'm like, "I'm really sorry, man. But that kid over there in the front row, I think he's doing something nasty." And he's like, he yells at the kid's name, "Jason!" He looks up, "Outside with me now." He goes outside, and I can see both of their Jason is not his name, by the way, so I didn't dox him. I can see both of their faces outside. And like, the teacher is yelling at him. He's like, his face is like bright red like my shirt. The kid's face is bright red like my shirt. Instead, he's like quiet and like, you know, kind of like embarrassed. And like, so yeah, that was the nastiest thing ever. And I went up to the kid later on and I'm like, "Dude, what were you doing?" And he's like, I was just scratching my balls, man. I had a terrible itch and I could not get it to go away. I just could not stop. And he's like, and he was just no social awareness. He just acted like it just wasn't a problem at all. Like, yeah, you know how it goes, right? I'm like, no. So and then, which by the way, he was doing it on one other occasion too, but this time he was multitasking to the max. He was min-maxing his like light jog to the school bus at the end of the day one day. He was so like, you know how like well, actually you probably don't know, but there's like, you know, kind of like there's always one of those kids who does like karate during recess, and he was that kid. So he's always trying to, you know, keep his body in tip-top shape. So what he's doing is he is running past all of us to the school bus, but he is scratching his balls while he's doing it. So he's like jogging with like both of his hands down his pants doing this, and then so and,
Oh no.
so yeah, that was the weirdest, grossest, worst thing I've ever seen in and outside of a classroom at school. So yeah.
But you know how it goes, right?
Oh yeah, I don't know how it goes. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's a guy thing.
Man.
Oh my gosh, dude, that is wild.
Yeah.
That like, you know, I'm gonna go off on a slight tangent here, but to prove a point.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've ever been shopping and someone leaves their cart sideways in the middle of the aisle, and they walk up the aisle like 20 yards to get something.
Uh-huh.
Like the self-awareness for certain people is not there. And that's like next level of zero self-awareness. Like he rolled a 0 on his self-awareness, man.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. Yeah, when he was
Oh my
picking his
gosh.
attributes, he put them all in strength and not in intellect or social awareness.
He put them all in karate skills.
Yeah. Yeah. Good times.
Oh my gosh, dude. That's crazy.
Hmm.
That just reminds me of, not that it happens on the, have you seen Napoleon Dynamite,
I haven't
the movie?
actually. No.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You should watch it. It's not like the same level, but that's what he reminds me of, because his thing is like he does karate,
Hmm.
and yeah.
Well,
Oh
like
my gosh.
the thing with
Well, no, he doesn't do, but there's a bit in it where he basically is like, he says, man, I haven't seen it for long enough now, but just his social his awkwardness is like really uncomfortable, and that's what makes the movie great. So,
hmm well,
yeah,
like
sorry, go ahead.
the part with like the karate and like this is again in air quotes because his it was more like pole dancing. So like there's this like overpass area in like the recess, courtyard, whatever. And he would just kind of like go like twirl around the pole like this, and then he would like kind of like climb up it a bit, and then he would wrap both of his legs and slide down slowly. and then and then he would do like jump kicks. He would like hold on to it and then like throw both of his legs up and do a jump kick in the air. And then of course all of the girls walking by would be like, "Ooh, look at that guy." So yeah, that was very interesting.
Oh my goodness. Wow, dude. That's wild.
Mhm.
Was any I just don't know how you're like that way and then still have like a normal um career at school, if you want to say it that way. Was he known as the ball scratcher?
um
Like was he known for that? You know how certain people are known for things?
yeah.
Was that like his villain story?
Um I I want to say only like a few people actually heard about that. Um but to me, yeah, he was the ball
Yeah.
scratcher. Yeah.
That's that's a wild story, man. That's crazy.
Fun times, yeah.
Gee. I still can't get over it, dude. Jogging to the bus.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh man.
I think he did that twice actually, not just once.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's a repeat offender. Yeah.
He's on a list somewhere now. You know he is.